I really want a family. I've waited for my husband for so many years, and I'm just getting mad, and I'm about to turn 40. There's a lot of stress on me right now.
I know it's all you've got to just be strong. And it's a fight just to keep it together. I know you think that you are too far.
Blood work came back normal, hormone levels are normal. So we're gonna proceed with the process of building these eggs.
Hold on, don't let go.
I actually have another injection.
Hey, hold on, don't let go.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Shout out to the Elite Fleet. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a member of the Elite Fleet. And as you guys can see, LoLo Jones just had a breakdown online. She's 40 years old. She thought she would be married and working on her family by now, but as it turns out, she's still a virgin. She's still unmarried, and she's at the point where she's having to freeze her eggs just to keep the chance of her having her own kids as an option on the table. And unfortunately, she has an ovarian cyst, which wouldn't be that big of a deal. Like, my ex had one of those, but she got it when she was like 26, 27, got it removed. She still could produce enough eggs from one ovary that it wasn't really a big deal. But at 40, when most of the eggs are already going to struggle to be produced into a full fetus anyway, it's a bigger deal at 40 for you to have that problem. So LoLo Jones is going through it, and I'm not here to pick on LoLo Jones. I want to say that. First of all, ladies, get in here. Get in here, ladies, because I want to talk to y'all. That's number one, okay? And fellas, you can get something out of this too. So y'all definitely watch this too. But I want to say this. Everyone's calling LoLo Jones delusional. They talking about the wall. She's hit the wall and all that. First of all, LoLo Jones got drops of black in her. That melanin, LoLo Jones look good as hell. She still look good as hell. She ain't hit no damn wall. That's not her problem. And I don't even think necessarily that delusion is the problem of LoLo Jones, because at the end of the day, she regrets saying that she's a virgin, but she shouldn't. That's something to be proud of. That's something that's admirable, especially in thought and whole culture, that you're saving yourself for your husband. LoLo Jones has several problems, but I don't think it's even one of those two things. Now, number one that I want to point out is LoLo Jones waited a long time. Now, I made a video a while ago with the Lori Harvey situation, and I said, listen, I'm not telling black women to get married at 25, okay? I get it, but it's not something that you should be against. It's not something that you should think you're too young to do, because the reality is women are on a clock. You have a biological clock. Geriatric pregnancies is a thing. Now, I got called a misogynist by one woman in the comments for that, which is crazy. She's like, how do you know about women's bodies? Y'all always want to talk about women's bodies. Again, your body's not the Da Vinci Code. It's a scientific fact. Once you get into your upper 30s, it's a geriatric pregnancy. You're going to have a harder time putting out a healthy, fertilizable egg. This is a fact, not an opinion. Now, in my opinion, and with my advice that I gave to women, to 25, you can live your best life. You can date around, you can travel, you can get your degrees, you can get your life together, you can have casual sex if that's what you want to do. But you should not be looking at 25 with an eligible bachelor who's actually a good mate for you as too young to get married, because you don't have that much time. And she didn't want to hear it, but lo and behold, LoLo Jones here crying about that one thing. Crying about that now. At 40 years old, she realizes it. Women tend to not be future sighted. And I'm not saying that like it's a bad thing. Listen, I work in finance. I know for a fact, statistically speaking, women don't invest. They don't plan for their future. That's not one of y'all strengths. It's okay. We all got strengths and weaknesses. Men don't take care of themselves. That's our weakness. We don't go to the doctors. We don't get checkups properly. We don't take care of our bodies. We look in the mirror and we feel like if we look good, then we're fine. Without women, we die early. That's a fact. But guess what? Without men, you don't have future foresight. Women tend to lack foresight. Not all, just like not all men don't go to the hospital, but most women lack foresight. They don't think 10 years into the future. So it's very easy to be like, I ain't worried about no geriatric pregnancy and stuff. You don't understand women's bodies. I know one girl who had a baby at 40, so that's going to be me. Then you end up like LoLo Jones and find out you got a tennis ball size ovarian cyst. Or you end up like LoLo Jones and you realize, oh snap, my eggs really are going bad. Let me freeze some of these bad boys. Why wait until you get to that point? Attack it early is all I'm saying. Let me tell you guys something. Most of the women I know who got married, they got married well before they were 35, let alone 40. My homegirl Darisha, she's been married for 2 years. She's been married since she was 29. My homegirl Boma, she's 28. She's been married for 2 years. She's been married since she's 26. Kiana, 31. She's been married for 3 years. She's been married since she was 28. Okay, most of the women I know who are married, they got married young. My man Jay just got married. His wife, 28. When my man Rakim got married, his wife was 27. Now, it could work out for you later on in life, right? It could work out for you if you wait until you're older to get married, but you're going to have a harder time. Like, I have a cousin. My cousin didn't get married until she was 40. Didn't have her first kid until she was 42, but she was already prepared to adopt. And she was dating the man she married at 40 from the age of 35. The problem with Lolo Jones is you're 40 and you don't even have a man. So you're not going to be able to take the proper time to vet when you do find a man and make sure that he's right for you and make sure that he's treating you the right way, because you waited so long. You put yourself in a desperate situation where now you got to shoot the Hail Mary and just be like, okay, you'll do. And that's going to lead to problems later on. So that's problem number one. She waited too long, okay? She hasn't hit a wall, but she did wait too long. Now, problem number two that she made, ladies, and you can even hear her say it, I thought my husband would come by now. You gotta stop acting like a husband is something you're entitled to. There are more women in the world than men. There are not enough men for every woman to have a husband. You have to go out there and get your man. This is why I made a video where I said, ladies, it's time to shoot your shot, because y'all don't understand how important that is. It's a competitive market for a husband. To get D, is it competitive? No. To get taken on dates, is it that competitive? Not really. That's easy, right? But to get a husband, to get a man to commit to you, to get a man to want to protect for you, provide for you, provision for you, have kids with you, be with you for the rest of his life, yes, you're going to have to be aggressive. Like the chair back in college, be aggressive, be aggressive. That's what you're going to have to do. You cannot just sit back and think you're going to get a man. And I go through this with my single homegirls all the time. These exact same conversations. Oh, you might not want to wait that long. I got time. Okay, you're going to end up like Lolo Jones. Oh, you're going to have to meet a man halfway. You're going to have to go out here and get a little bit of aggressive. You're gonna have to compete for a man. I ain't competing for no man. I'd rather be single. Okay, that's easy to say when you 30 and you on the cock carousel and you still got it and the D's is coming in. But when your ass hit 40 and the reality that your eggs are going bad starts to hit, your whole mindset's probably gonna shift, because you're like, damn, I thought someone would scoop me up by now. You guys don't realize men in their 30s have access to women in their 20s, women in their 30s, women in their 40s. They can pick any woman they want. You actually have an easier time getting men in his 20s because he's not all the way together yet. He doesn't really understand his worth as a man yet, okay? And you can build with him. You can take the time to get to know him. Y'all can grow together. See, the word settling. Lolo Jones also used the word settling, which is her other problem. Well, I don't want to settle for anybody. Listen, none of us are perfect. I repeat, none of us are perfect. We all settling somewhere. If someone dated Lolo Jones right now, yes, she's beautiful. Yes, she has money, but she's 40 years old. She has very little to no relationships experience. She's never lived with a man. She doesn't know how to work out problems with a man. And she's probably got some mental stuff going on. We all a little crazy. We all got a little bit of joker in us. So when I hear the word settling, that automatically says to me, narcissist. So you have a woman who's worried about settling and feel like she can just sit there and be pretty and get a man. Let me tell you something, ladies. Every woman that I named earlier who got married, including my cousin when she was 40 years old when she got married, 35 when she started dating her husband, they were aggressive. They met men halfway. They picked out men they thought would be good for them. I don't think y'all realize, ladies, and this is the gym, how much being aggressive and going after the man you want sets you apart from other women. Everyone gonna come to the club with their makeup done and with their tight dresses, with their heels on, looking good, looking bomb. Especially when you're a man of means, you see that every day. But you know what's rare? The woman who comes up to you and starts a conversation with you. That's rare. The woman who, when you take her on a date, she didn't invite you to come over and she cooks a meal for you. That's rare. A woman who is your biggest fan, your biggest supporter, backs you up in everything that you do. That's rare. These are the things that you can put forward. When I'm telling you to be aggressive, I'm not telling you to go bag no man. I'm telling you to make it be known. I want you. I'm interested in you. Cook that man a meal. Be his biggest fan. Cater to that man. Be his number one supporter. These are the things that are going to make you stand out. If Lolo Jones was able to pick out a man and she said, I want that guy right there, and she was doing these things, she would stand out from every other beautiful woman who's just standing there on the wall with a fat ass and nice titties and a nice dress, looking cute with her face done up, waiting for someone to come get her. It's this Prince Charming mindset, okay, that a dude gonna come up on a horse and a unicorn and he gonna smack the horse on the rear, and the horse gonna come up with his little unicorn and rainbows gonna be coming everywhere, and he gonna reach his hand out like this, and you gonna grab his hand, he gonna throw you on the back of the horse, smack the horse on the ass, and y'all gonna go and skate off to the damn altar and get married, and it's gonna be a happily ever after. This ain't Disney. You gotta get aggressive. This is why I put out the video where I said women need to shoot their shot. Women need to shoot their shot. I don't think it's a problem that Lolo Jones has a standard. Again, she's a virgin. That's an admirable thing. That takes a lot of strength. That takes a lot of discipline. She shouldn't settle. But guess how you can stop yourself from settling, ladies? By going after the man you don't consider you would be settling for, instead of waiting for him to come to you. Again, the older men get, the more options that they have. I really don't think women understand this. You don't really unlock all your options as a man until you hit 30, until you in your career field, until you really get in it. Assuming you're not a rapper or a celebrity, right, or an athlete or something like that, you're not going to really be in your career field to the point where women feel like you're in a position to nest. Most men ain't going to have their own house, right, or a nice ass apartment, or a great job, or a car, or all these things to even be able to provide for a woman, to have extra excess funds to provide for a woman until he's in his 30s, the average man. At that point, you're competing against everybody. Why not get him out of college? A lot of women get their man out of college, especially white women and Asian women. They get their man before he even get out of residency to become a doctor. They on it. Lolo Jones wasn't on it. And you keep pushing this clock back, and you keep pushing this clock back, and you keep waiting for this man to come, and he ain't coming most of the time. The man you want ain't coming. The man you feel like you wouldn't be settling for ain't coming. The man you want, the man you feel like you wouldn't be settling for, someone is putting pressure on him. Y'all always talk about pressure being applied to y'all. Somebody is putting pressure on his ass. Somebody is coming for him. Somebody is saying, yeah, I want that. Somebody cooking him meals. Somebody's being his biggest fan. Somebody right there in his hip pocket. Somebody supporting him. Somebody is offering themselves up to him. Somebody ain't just standing on the wall. Somebody walked up to him and said, hi, what's your name? Initiated conversation, showed interest. Somebody's doing all that. And you weren't doing it, Lolo. You were sitting back waiting for someone to come and save you. Now, I want to say this. I want to end the video on a high note. Again, like I said earlier, Lolo Jones got melanin. She ain't hit no damn wall. She'll be okay. She's still beautiful. She can still get a man. But you got to realize, get the settling terms out of your language. Everybody's settling at some point. Nobody's perfect. Everybody's settling at some point, ladies. And get aggressive. Start going after the man you want. That's the number one way to ensure that you're not settling, is to identify a man who has the qualities, the traits, the characteristics, the financial situations that you're looking for, and saying, I'm about to go get that guy. I'm not going to wait to see if he comes and talk to me. I'm going to go and talk to him. I'm going to put my best foot forward to him. I'm going to initiate with him. I'm going to be in his corner pocket. That's what you need to do, especially at 40. But for the younger ladies watching this, listen, like I said, spend your years from 14 to 25. Live your best life. Travel. Have a good time. Turn up. Shake your ass. Watch yourself, though. All of that, cool. But I'm telling you, by 25 into them 30s, you need to start identifying targets and locking dudes down. Because some of y'all want to have big families. She talking about kids with an ass. You're 40 years old. My cousin had that one kid, but like I said, they were already prepared to adopt. It was a miracle they had that one kid. They still prepared to adopt. She talking about having some kids and freezing eggs. Come on. You're 40 years old. When are you going to start? When are you going to start? And that's my key. I don't think that she's delusional. I think she's misled. I think the way Western women are raised misleads them to believing that the man should have to do all the work and they shouldn't have to chase after no one, and they feel entitled that they should just get a man, which isn't going to happen. And I don't think that she's hit any type of wall. Again, that melanin saves you. The wall, in my opinion, no offense to the white ladies, but the wall is for white girls. White girls start to look 60 at 30. Okay? The wall is for them. The wall don't apply to you. You got that melanin in your skin. That melanin keep you young. The sun ain't eating you up, okay? That's for the sun dodgers. Lolo Jones ain't a sun dodger. So that's not her problem. Her problem is she wants someone to come for her. She wants someone to sweep her off her feet. She wants someone to put in all the effort. And you're supposed to have grown out of that 10 years ago at 30. You're supposed to really start pushing your chips in then. Ladies, do not, if marriage and kids is what you want, and if you don't want it, shut the hell up. I know someone probably already commented in me, well, I don't want any kids. Well, Lolo Jones does. So I'm talking about the women who do. That is what they want. They do want kids. They do want a marriage. You need to start pushing your chips in really at like 25, but especially at 30. 30 is the absolute latest. If you're thinking you got another 5 years to be out here living your best life and you plan on being married and having kids, you're probably going to end up like Lolo Jones. That's just me being honest with you. And right now it's all good, it's all fine. Oh yeah, I don't care, I'm living my best life. But when that reality strikes and you really realize, yo, I'm really gonna have a hard time getting pregnant. I really gotta freeze these eggs. I'm really having problems in my uterus. That's when all of a sudden the game's gonna stop, the fun's gonna stop, and it's gonna become a reality that it's like, damn, I really have a problem. I really might not be able to have that family life, those kids, that husband that I wanted. And that's when it's gonna get scary for you. Ladies, don't wait too long to push your chips in. Get out there, be aggressive, and go get your man. Stop waiting for him to just come. Because it's probably not going to happen. If that's what you want, go get what you want. If you went out there and you got your degree, you went out there, you got your house, you go out there and get all that, you can go out there and get your man too, all right? I am Alex, and I am Mount P.